Welcome to So Awkward. I'm Jester.
And I'm Don.
And we just watched Space Cop.
Space Cop. Or something like that.
Yeah.
You're watching So Awkward. This is Freddy Krueger saying, hi!
What'd you think of Space Cop? Be honest.
I don't need to watch it again.
But we own it.
You own it.
Oh yeah, I own it. Yeah, you can't have Space Cop. It's mine. It's all mine. This is actually, I watched it for the second time.
Right.
Because I bought it when it first came out. Like when they tweeted that Space Cop is finally available. I don't know what that was. Finally available on Blu-ray, which is, it's been in production for like 10 years or something. Forever. So I bought it the first day, and then I think it sold out immediately. Either the first day or within a couple days. I like it. I think the fan reaction online has been mixed. I think the reaction in this apartment has also been mixed. Although you laughed.
I laughed.
And I think that's all that matters. I mean, it's a comedy. It's a comedy, right?
I believe so.
Sorry, am I putting you on the spot?
No.
Do I sign out? Because he's still... If I'm seeing him, does he see me?
It's a Redletter Media production, who are the people who they do Half in the Bag, Best of the Worst, and I think maybe most known for the Plinkett Star Wars reviews. Have you ever?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's okay. I'm a big fan. I've seen they basically they do film reviews mostly, but in between that they also make and finance their own features. Low budget, schlocky. I think they embrace the fact that they're low budget and I mean, I don't want to say bad. They make films that are tributes to the schlocky, low budget films that they love.
I don't think I have anything to say about this movie. Do this.
Is that a thing? That's a reference to Space Cop.
Yeah, it is. I laughed.
You laughed.
But I'm not gonna say I liked it.
That's fair.
Okay.
I've watched a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff, and some stuff I've read and heard from them online. They didn't have like a budget to go out and film a movie, so they just filmed bits and pieces here and there over the years, and you can kind of tell because the film feels disjointed. Like there's some structural issues with the film. Like it's hard to follow the plot, what little plot there is, and that's not necessarily a criticism. Because it was entertaining and funny. That's all I care about. Like I like it. I laughed. It has a charm to it. Like this, for how low their budget must have been. Like the special effects were really fun. Like I like the miniature Space Cop car. Like that was really cool. All the sets, all the miniatures. I believe they did everything themselves. There's like everybody in the movie. That's also, I believe, the production crew. I liked all the stuff like on the moon in the beginning, where they had the little set. The big finale on the spaceship at the end I thought was pretty neat. I really liked the brain in the jar, like the main villain. He was fun. I liked all of the aliens, like the masks. I liked all the performances by the aliens.
Yeah. I like the aliens.
Yeah, they were all funny. The woman was the best part.
Her dancing was the best
That
part.
was the funniest scene in the movie. Jocelyn Ridgely. She's like a legitimate actress. She's in a lot of their productions, and she's always way better than everything she's in. Like she should be a famous actress. She's really good.
You boys interested in a private dance?
The main problem with the movie for me is that the two leads, Space Cop and I guess Detective Cooper, aren't likable at all. I mean, and they weren't supposed to be likable. Like they went out of their way to kind of make them awful.
Yes.
which is where a lot of the humor comes from, the fact that they're awful. But as a viewer, it makes it hard to care about the story and the characters.
Yeah, I don't care about Space Cop.
Yeah, I don't care about Space Cop. Like, I didn't care if Space Cop won. Kind of wanted Space Cop to lose. Like, the Detective Cooper maybe had some kind of story arc. He admitted at the end that women could do things. He kind of changed and learned, whereas Space Cop was just irredeemable. But he was funny. Rich Evans as Space Cop. Fun performance. He's a great physical comedian. Like, he needed to fall down more.
He should have fallen down more.
Because I don't care who you get to write your script or like how clever your jokes are. Just Rich Evans falling down is going to be funnier than anything you could come up with. When he falls down and screams. Like, that's all I just want 2 hours of him falling down and screaming.
Oh my God, the garbage cans! Oh!
Maybe mixed with the woman dancing.
Let's talk about you. Pay no attention to what I'm doing.
And both of the two leads, it's not just that they were kind of unlikable, but they were both affecting like a weird voice. Like, Space Cop, talk like this. Like that generic 80s action hero, like a parody of 80s action heroes. And then the other guy was, I guess, supposed to be like some 1940s, like, yeah, hey, see? So it kind of was just weird having two wacky characters interacting. Whereas maybe it may have helped if one of them was wacky and one of them was more of like a straight man.
You sure do like eating those things, Space Cop. Do you even know what hot dogs are made of?
Processed horse penis and Chinese people.
Do you think they're doing another one?
No. Maybe.
It'll take them another 10 years to make it. And by that time, there will be a cure for pancreatic cancer.
That's right. See, you were paying attention. I read Jay Bauman, who was one of the writer-directors. He's the guy with the little guy with the beard.
Okay.
And I say little guy because they made constant jokes about his height.
Uh-huh.
He responded to some of the criticism, and he talked about how if he had to do it all over again, he would have just set aside time to film. Because one of the things he said was, just filming bits and pieces here and there, you can't hire anybody. Like, they couldn't hire a sound guy. They couldn't hire a director of photography, so they had to do everything themselves. Not enough Jay, the guy with the beard, or the little guy.
Okay.
He was funny. I wanted more from him because I like him. I think he's funny. I think he's probably the best actor out of the main three.
I don't think any of them did a terrible job. They did exactly what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
I think they all acted well. I think that's exactly what they were going for.
Yeah, I think I would call this movie a success. I have some quibbles with the choices they made, but they were the choices they made, and I respect that. Like, this was the choice they made. I don't have any quibbles with the quality of it. Like, I think the quality's pretty good. Like, it's a low budget movie, but they embrace the fact that it's low budget. And all the sets they made themselves, and they were really good. They look fun. It takes place in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, which I think is really funny.
Is that funny?
Yeah, because they don't pretend that it's a different city. Like, they're constantly talking about how it's Milwaukee. They show, like, landmarks. I mean, by that I mean, like, they have signs that say Milwaukee everywhere. I think because they could have, like, gone to Chicago for a day, filmed, like, the Sears Tower, and said, hey, this is Chicago. But they embrace the fact that it's in Wisconsin. Like, aliens go back in time from their planet to Milwaukee. That's funny. Or is it not funny?
I think they should have included the song Man from Milwaukee.
I don't know that one.
It's about a guy sitting at a bus stop talking to somebody from Milwaukee.
Who sings it?
Hanson.
Yeah? Are they from Milwaukee?
No.
They're from, like, Nebraska or something?
They're from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That was close.
I can make anything about Hanson or the Golden Girls.
Make Space Cop about the Golden Girls. What do you got?
No, it's just one or the other.
Oh, okay. The Schindler's List?
I don't think I can do that.
About just the Holocaust in general.
We could talk about the episode where Rose is on the lanai and she thinks she sees a UFO.
What's that have to do with the Holocaust?
It has to do with space.
Oh, sure.
What are we talking about?
Space Cop. I thought it was funny. Like, I laughed a lot. And it had a lot of jokes that you wouldn't get because you don't watch their YouTube and internet stuff. But there were a lot of inside jokes. They had references to the old Bean Factory. They had lines from movies that they've reviewed on Best of the Worst. They had a cameo by Len Kabaczynski, who's their friend / also a schlock action film director. Anyway, would you recommend Space Cop?
No.
Would you recommend avoiding it?
No. If you're in the mood to see a crappy movie like maybe I shouldn't call it a crappy movie.
Call it a crappy movie.
You know, sometimes you just want to watch something that's dumb.
Yeah. That's all I want to watch.
If you're in that mood, watch this. You'll probably laugh.
I'd say if you're a middle-aged or, mid-30-year-old man who grew up watching action, buddy cop, and sci-fi films in the 80s, this is an homage to those. So you might enjoy it. I think it's funny. Or if you just like really weird humor. Because there's a lot of weird jokes.
Deal me in.
This is Solitaire.
I loved it.
I laughed.
I laughed. I really like what they do. I like them as performers. And so it was the movie that I wanted to see. About a space cop.
I'm Space Cap. It was a wall.
So this review is terrible.
Yeah.
Let's start over. Here, ask me if I like Space Cop.
Hey, did you like Space Cop?
Yeah! Okay, that's good, right?